What is up, everybody? I am the Ross and Angel, and we are finally back here on another Borderlands build. But wait a second, it's not Borderlands 2. We are here on the pre-sequel. Now I know I was trying to get my Borderlands 2 builds done before this happened, but yeah, my laptop is no more. It's kaput. It's done. Which does sadden me, but you know, whatever. I'm going to be getting a new computer soon. Until then, I'm using my brother's. But either way, we are here with a level 70 pre-sequel build that I call Prism Warden. Because, you know, like, it's Nisha, she's a cowgirl. And also Prism, like prison, except it's Prism because it's a laser build. Either way, let's get started. Over here, starting out with Law and Order, we just have Order, 1 point in Order, and, you know, 4 points in Law just because we had to put the extra points somewhere. And, you know, Order's pretty good because, you know, it helps us heal better, and we can also use more shield capacity. We don't need melee damage here because this is not a melee build. I don't know if I'm going to make one. I doubt it. Alright, moving over to Fan the Hammer, we have Saddle Up, which basically is just a kill skill. It increases gun damage, which, if lasers, we're going to need that. Movement speed isn't really important except for when we're rushing into an area, hopefully before our stuff wears off. Ruthless, just, you know, bigger duration, you know, extra shields. Short Fused will help when we're fighting resistant enemies that are resistant to certain elements. This will, you know, help even it out. We'll still be able to kill those things pretty fast. Plus, it'll add the extra damage. Faster than you. We're just really going for the 35% fire rate. I mean, the reload speed does really help when we're going from kill to kill. Sorry, I'm a little sick right now. Hell's coming with me. It's an extra shot chance, which will pretty much double our fire rate. If you can get all the shots in the mag doubled, then it's easily doubling the fire rate. High Noon, just you know, gun damage increase for every second we're in Showdown, and we're going to be killing things really, really, really quickly in Showdown. So that'll really benefit us. Plus, when we're fighting bosses and we're shooting at them, when we turn around to just shoot at the smaller enemies to keep it going, that'll really help just put more DPS down. It'll make everything easier. Yeah. Alright, moving on to the Riflewoman. Reduced recoil and, you know, increased accuracy in firing from the hip, which is mostly what we're going to be doing. We're not really going to be aiming very much at all, but that's not going to be a problem. Bonafide Grit, you know, just some extra crit damage, which will fit really well with Tombstone here. That extra 30% shot chance is going to really, really help us out. Unchained, which is what we're really wanting to keep going throughout anything we're doing. We are having that increased to 210, sorry, I'm stupid, 210 max percent fire rate from Unchained, which will do just amazing things. Quick Shot is even more increased fire rate and damage when shooting from the hip, which is really just going to make everything a lot easier. Fistful of Bullets, I mean, it's kind of useful to have just because, you know, it's not, you know, that important of a thing. If you want to end up like putting that into Fan the Hammer for some reason, or sorry, one for each at the end of Fan the Hammer, there's not a lot of laser pistols. I tested the Zarpedon pistol, and it is not increased by laser damage. It is not a laser, does not count as it. It is not increased by Eddy or Prismatic Bulwark. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to do that, you can, but I just prefer the extra 3 bullets. Trick Shot, it really helps, especially when, like, fighting EOS. The bullets ricochet from turret to even the center part, and it really helps. And, yes, the damage is decreased by 20%, but all the extra gun damage is just, it's gonna wreck things. And as I said, Tombstone, 30% crit hit chance on body shots, which is going to really help, like, no matter what we're doing. That way we don't have to aim for the head, so we can keep getting all these hip fire bonuses and still get crit hit shots. And finally, Unforgiven. It's just really nice to have. Oh yeah, no, this is the one that ricochets between enemies. Yeah, but, you know, where is it? Trick Shot will still really help, you'll see. Unforgiven, the explosion at the end is kind of a bonus, but it does actually do a lot of damage to EOS. So, yep, that's it for the weapons. We are now going to move on to, that's it for the build. We are now going to move on to the weapons. Hello, everybody. First weapon we're showing off is the Cat of Nine Tails laser. As you can see, short range, if you aim it correctly, it actually does an immense amount of damage, especially with Unchained and the explosive perk. Sorry, I keep forgetting the name. Sorry, Unchained and Short Fused, and Tombstone. It does an incredible amount close range if you can aim directly under them. As you can see, it's having no problems tearing through shield. Just what? I tried to kind of look at the ground to shoot it sometimes. It just doesn't work. It does do incredibly well against Torque Goddesses. As you can see, just an incredible amount of crit damage hitting it from below on its crit spots. That's where its crit spots are. I did take out the Thunderfire to, you know, take care of some things, but we'll get to covering that pretty soon here. But yeah, it's just covering anything from Torques, the Lost Legion soldiers, to even the bigger guys, as you see there. But yes, this thing is incredibly helpful for basically just anything that takes fire damage well. This gun just absolutely destroys. Now on to the next one. Now on to the Thunderfire. This is going to be our main weapon, the thing we kill most of the things with. Short fused, along with the shock and fire elements of this gun, all do really well. And all in all, it just it tears anything. If it's resistant to shock, you're gonna have a little bit of tougher time, but there's plenty of other guns that you could use for this. This gun, basically, when you're mobbing, takes care of almost everything. Like, it goes straight through shields and straight through health on the smaller guys. Using on the big mechs is also no problem too, and even on the little heftier enemies, as you can see that big Lost Legion guy there. They don't really survive for very long, and that's what's beautiful about this gun. Alright. Now on to the next one. Now on to this beauty. If you don't know about this gun, I'll link Baru's build in the description. He'll explain it and everything you have to do to get it. It's a nice gun and has crit hit damage, which Tombstone really complements it. Its fire rate is kind of bad, but Unchained and all the additional fire rate bonuses, even Hell's Coming With Me, tend to make this gun do awesome. It's really useful against shooting targets with no crit spot, as it's as Tombstone kind of fits it in there anyways. And hip firing this thing just makes it amazing to use. And if you do score a shot on a critical shot on an enemy with Tombstone active with this thing, it's going to just tear. This gun has absolutely no problem with dealing with groups of adds as well as the heftier guys. There is two right here, the Mugger and Bruce, which is just a reskinned Mugger without a shield. It tears through them absolutely no problem. It's just a really great gun. Alright, on to the next one. And now, what I like to call the Miracle Laser, the Fire Starter laser, does do a decent amount. If it takes fire damage, it can be killed by this gun. It's really useful. Good fire rate makes the ammo concern, but it's just doing a lot to really even matter. The short fuse perk really helps with this, and it just absolutely tears. And now the Phrygia, which basically this gun is not going to be there for really damage, even though I am going to make a build focused around it. So look out for that. It's mainly just for keeping things away. If you got a big BA, or maybe it's like a group of psychos who just won't leave you alone, this gun is really good to deal with them. Just freeze them all, then whip something else out. Or even if you want to use this gun and then go into showdown and then just use this gun, and then Unforgiven will take care of anything that's remaining. As you can see, this gun does take care of the small fry pretty well, but that's about all it will take care of, or at least, you know, until I make a build focused around it. And now onto the Thornial Rose with the Corrosive Element. Basically this thing, anything that is resistant to fire, you know, the yellow health thing, or just a machine or armored enemy, this thing will take care of them very quickly. As you can see, I'm taking care of Felicity like she is absolutely nothing. This fight is over in 30 seconds. It can also be used against the power suits, or the Felicity power suits in the Holodome DLC. But yeah, she's just gone like it's nothing. We're also going to use this gun against EOS, and, well, against Eclipse. Not really EOS himself, but Eclipse will really feel damage from this. Alright, and now my EOS and Eclipse setups. As you can see here, this is the setup for EOS. For Eclipse. I did try using the Miss Moxie's Vibe Pulse, but it just wasn't doing its job at taking out Eclipse's shield. So I switched over to Thunderfire, and it does much better. The Bognella is really useful for just taking out the little ad bugs or whatever that are flying the whatever. You can use the Phrygia or whatever small gun to take them out, just to keep Unchained going, because Unchained is really going to be the key thing to being this guy fast without taking out too much ammo. And also the the Thornial Rose. That will be there for after we drain the shield with Thunderfire. We will just easily, well, not really easily, it'll take a sec, but we will kill him with that. His health will, that's what we're using on his health. Okay. And this right here is what we're going to be using for EOS. Still the Thunderfire because, well, there's no even point with trying with the Moxie's laser because it won't reach that far. If you manage to get Tombstone and Short Fuse, you know, Hell's Coming With Me, all that, it will drain his shield incredibly quickly, and then you will lay into him with the destabilizing mining laser. The total of 150 crit hit damage plus Tombstone and everything there. You manage to hit a crit with this thing after the fire rate's really kicking up, it's going to take him down pretty well. What usually happens with me, also I have the Phrygia for just between when he's when he's regenerating his shield. I use this for the enemies. It does pretty well since most of them are small fry, and if you get Short Fused and Tombstone going from the small guys, the BAs won't be an issue at all. What usually happens with me, I get them pretty low on health, and I run out of laser ammo, and like the Phrygia isn't do anything against a guy who's heavily resistant to it. I just whip out my my rocket launcher, my dumb blah, which is still a stupid name for a rocket launcher, but whatever. And well, with Hell's Coming With Me and everything, it shoots pretty fast and it drains the rest of his health, no issue. So yeah, alright, let's get into this, and for the first time ever on my channel, I really want to thank these guys. Missions with their new song, Whiskey Sickness. I've known these guys for a while, I really like their music, and they allowed me to use it for free. So, link is below the, link is in the description. Here's my EOS and Eclipse fight, and missions. Thank you very much, and enjoy the fight. And
Whiskey until I'm back out again.
Alright, everybody, now just a bit of a basic overview. Alright, so basically, everything you saw gameplay of, well, here, I'm gonna go over everything you didn't really hear me explain about. The Frigga is basically to keep enemies off you, or though maybe I already explained that. I have not recorded the voice for the other things yet, but whatever. It's just basically to keep enemies at bay, but it's also good, you know, when we're right there to keep, you know, enemies, you know, just to keep, there we go, to keep Unchained going. Sorry about that. And also just, you know, take care of many of the flying enemies. It's, you know, they have low health, so this plus what's it called? Short fuse helps deal with them pretty quickly. My dump a blah, dumb name, that I used on the end of EOS, that's basically all it is for when you need to finish something off. If you're getting low on ammo or you're out and you just need to kill something finally, then this is the perfect thing to do it. Prismatic Bulwark and Eddy are basically just the laser build combo. I mean, that's really all it is. Quasar is just to get things closer together. I don't know if I really showed that, but yeah, that's all it's for. Just, you know, pulling everything in together. Shotgun. Unregulated Sheriff is it increased gun damage, which is incredibly helpful. Max health I'm not really worried about, but yeah, we do need the increase to Unchained. I don't really care about the increase to Law, but yeah, there that is. I have a stopping SMG that's also, you know, just basically a replacement. If you don't have whatever, but you know, okay, you might not get it, but really neither do I. I just have this in there in case I feel like using it instead of the, did I call it the Lasco? It is pretty much the Lasco. The Frigga. I sometimes use that instead. The loop on it really helps take care of everything, that we can just keep shooting without having to reload or anything. Really useful for saving ammo on it. Some other stuff in here is for upcoming builds. So yeah, just ignore it. If I don't explain it, then I don't explain it. Baru has a build video on this. So, if, not a build video, just a weapon overview. If you want to go check it out, I'll link it in the description. The Cat of Nine Tails, I did get this out of the grinder. I used the Moonstone Grunt, so that's why it's like that. I didn't use the ZX one. While it does do a decent amount of damage, it takes too many shots to kill anything. Its incredible 11 fire rate does not go well with damage, so you just end up wasting too much ammo to actually kill anything. I didn't really use the Miss Moxie's pulse because it just doesn't do what you need it to do. I mean, it is pretty useful for staying alive while dealing with mobs, but all in all, it's not that great. The Bognella, yeah, I already explained that. Like I said earlier, the Old Painful and the Cyber Eagle, they're not really useful for they're not increased by things like the Eddy and the Prismatic Bulwark. They do not count as lasers, even though they shoot lasers, which I think is kind of stupid. The Mine Axe Atonement, it does do a lot of damage, but all in all, what it's really useful for is getting up your stacks of Unchained. I don't know why this does it more quickly than any other gun, but it does. I really don't know, but yeah, it's really useful for getting up Unchained. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. I had my bar on the whole time, but you know, it's not like you're gonna play with your bar off when using this build, so I don't really prefer to turn mine off. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, buddies, for stopping by, and thank you, Omissions, for letting me use your music. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to check them out, the link to their Facebook page is in the description. If you want to download their music, if you like it, you want to download it. It's actually free for download. So yeah, thank you. You can also donate a little to them. That's also an option when you're downloading it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.